Hey everyone, it's Glass City Pickers. I'm Tanya.
I'm Chris.
And with us is Buffalo Picker. We're supposed to have a couple more. We may not. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
Let's roll with it.
Hey, we're going to do what we do. You dig? Hey, there goes
Devil Dog. There he is.
Devil Dog showed up to save the day, man.
Look, come to save the day.
Yeah, I'm always last minute lately.
Hey, that's how it goes sometimes, man. How you doing?
He's in the thing.
Good. How about you guys?
All well. All
good.
well.
Tired, but good.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
You've been working good.
Go ahead, Devil Dog. Introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are.
I'm Richard. I'm a Devil Dog Treasure Hunter, full-time reseller, buy and sell everything. Big volume.
That's it. Buy and sell everything.
Cash King, baby.
Hey, flow up, then down, baby. Let's flow up, then down.
Go ahead, Buffalo.
Hey, Buffalo Picker, part-time reseller. Been reselling now for a little over 2 years. My screen went dark on me for a second. Yeah, and I am a full-time fellow employee, retired military. Love reselling, love being here with the Glass City Pickers, and long time, 2-3 weeks now, haven't seen Devil Dog missing in action.
A couple weeks.
Yeah, he been missing in action.
Yeah, man, got to put him out on the blotter, man. See if we can.
Hey, you might have not seen you might have not seen me, but I've been. Yeah, you might have not seen me, but I've been seeing you too.
Oh, okay.
I've been stalking you.
Yeah, we got to get you back on that Friday show too.
Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming and hang out with us.
How's everything going there in Maryland? Is anything opening up? Devil Dog.
We're in phase 1 right now. We're in phase 1 right now. So retail is starting to open up again, like Kohl's opened up and that kind of stuff. It's got to be I think 50% occupancy, but no one can tell you the occupancy ratings on anything. I mean, that's set by the fire marshal, I guess. So it's like, so we're waiting. I mean, we've got a gob of merchandise. I bought 4 tractor trailer loads of liquidation in the last, 2 weeks. I got 2 truckloads packed on one container now, heading from Cali to Maryland by train on rail. So that should be in the end of the week. So we're waiting for phase 2 so we can have a big blowout sale.
Right.
And plus, we're pulling the second tractor trailer load come in. We bought from 3 different sources. The first one we won't buy from again. Learning experience. We'll make money. Not the kind of ROI I want. The second one was good. Probably 30% can go online. Probably more than that if I wanted to mess with the smaller end scale stuff. But the second track, the third and fourth load that we have coming in this week should be killer. I mean, it should be killer. It should be killer. So
good. Big Time, what have you been up to? Who's on the phone?
I'm not on the phone. I can hear you.
I said get off the phone.
Oh, yeah. So for me, I'm just basically wrapped up in merch fulfill. Did a lot of sourcing. I just posted a video from yesterday for my Memorial Day weekend sourcing. And I have some liquidation that I picked up as well that I'm going to do a video on hopefully by tomorrow. But other than that, I mean, I'm just basically back to business, looking for things that I can find to flip, and definitely trying to get more and more into the liquidation game. I'm actually doing an auction tomorrow at this one place that I normally go to where they sell about 98% of their stuff in new condition. Going there tomorrow to do an outdoor auction, and then I got a deal on some Super Barbies that I'm going to show on Friday that I'm supposed to pick up on Thursday. So that's about it for me, other than the normal, just trying to get my operation organized.
Right. Well, we've been playing the same way with you out here.
Yeah, they just started opening up around here about this last week. We drove by a few stores that we like to go to, but it was just the line was wrapped around the building, and I'm not that interested yet to get into them like that. So we did, though, this weekend. We got out and got a few nice things. I had to buy 4 more shelving units for everything that we got. So that was a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
What we did find, though, was really great. We'll have a great ROI.
Everything we done found, just them days we went out, everything had been moving. It has not been staying on the
honestly,
shelf.
the past few days, everything that we bought, by the time we get home, and literally the stores are 2 miles away. By the time we get home, it's like,
time to pack it.
Damn, we got to pack that up, and now let's go see if we can find more. So it's kind of a good thing that nobody's wanting to get out too fast.
Hey, give me 1 second. You know, I'm the one hooked up the show, so I must then give Cajun Root the right.
I guess send it out there.
I must then give him the right Gmail, or didn't hit his Gmail properly. So, with that being said, is that what we sent to him right there? All right. You with us, Roots? Look in your on the thing, man. We sent the link to it, so just look on that. You can pull it up.
Did you drop it in there?
Yeah, we dropped it in there.
Okay.
You can drop it in there if you want to.
We got some counties in our that probably won't open up for a while with this whole thing. Like our county's good to go as far as opening up, but on the other side of the bridge, we got counties. I got a buddy who's got a big jewelry pawn shop, and they ain't letting nobody in his place. So, you know, depend. Yeah, we're county by county because the governor actually left it up to the county to determine. Like he dictated the stage we're in, but he left up to the county representatives to dictate how business is conducted in your county.
Right.
So
okay, gotcha. So I know you probably didn't, Devil Dog, but I was just anybody that has switched, and everybody that's joined us, thank you. We appreciate it. And this is for y'all out there too. Has anybody that does sell on eBay or Amazon, have you guys, since we are opening up a little bit, are you going back to what you used to do? Or when this pandemic started, did you, have to switch up like we did? We switched up and started selling other stuff, which has been flying out of the door. Are you going to go back to that? Are you staying with it?
I'll tell you from my own personal opinion, we buy a little bit of everything. The storage units, public storage has started doing auctions again. They're probably the only one in our area that started doing auction again, and they're done by an app where you sit in your car and the district manager shows you the pictures of the units and that kind of stuff, and you bid through the phone. You have to be on property when you do it too. I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather just put it online, put some pictures. I don't waste my whole day riding around looking at a phone. It's sort of weird. But with that said, I attended the first auctions. I do storage auctions since this whole thing started, the end of March, 3rd week of March, I think was the last time I attended. Last week, I bought 2 units. One of them was a unit full of brand new Serta mattresses. I think I paid $25 for it. Like hardly anybody was there. I think it was 30 sets of them. I called my buddy's got a furniture store. I said, hey, give me $100 a set. Bam, done deal. He picked them up, didn't even do anything, made, almost $3,000, not have to do anything.
Right.
Good deal for both of us. And then I bought another unit full of toys. A lot of Barbies.
Really?
A lot of Barbies.
What's up, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you got his attention.
The problem with he picked his head up.
Yeah, I was looking for. Yeah, it was an old collectible unit. I think I paid like $1,400 or $1,450 for it. The problem with it, it wasn't in a climate controlled unit, so it was like dusty and dirty and funky. I mean, they were, the boxes were great. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, but the condition, the way that facility is, that's more stuff that's got to go into a regular sale. It's not something I'm comfortable selling online because that place is known for mildew and everything else, and you can just see some of the stuff, just the deterioration of a little bit of it. Not that it's not sellable; it's just not my standards of sellable.
Right. Right.
But over and all, for the first 2 days of auctions I attended again, it was successful. I made money, made some decent money off the one unit. The other unit I'm going to make money too when it comes time to sell it. But I'm ready for. And I tell you what, the prices are really crazy right now. If you see, I watched the unit today I was going to bid on in Virginia, and that unit any other day would have gone for about $2,500. That unit today went for like $7,800. And all it was some plastic HO train stuff, some Hot Wheels car packages. I mean, nothing, there's always the unknown. Don't get me wrong, but there's not, I didn't see from what I'm seeing, maybe 50, 60 boxes. You can see through some totes, but the plastic trains, that kind of stuff did not demand that kind of money. So people are hungry right now. They're, and I've seen that, at storage auctions last week, people paying $300-400 for a unit that would go on for $25 for the whole pandemic started. They're hungry. I wish they'd have a little bit more patience because you can find deals. But when things do open back up with your other chains, you're going to see, you take 4 or 5 months, 6 months of no storage units to some of these bigger facilities like Extra Space Storage, which is all over the U.S. Man, you're going to see facilities that usually have 5 or 6 auctions a month. They're going to have, 60, 70 units. And you're going to see a massive flood of inventory as far as storage unit goes. So it's going to be good when it hits. And I think it's going to hit probably July timeframe when these big ones go back. What I'm hearing is July. Extra Space back online July. The other chain on the East Coast, probably the same time frame, July or August. But when they do hit, you're going to have 4 or 5 months of buildup, and they're going to have to dump because they're sitting on no money on these units. And when they dump, it's going to be a buyer's market if you're there and you got the cash.
I know.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I know here, I had asked one of the kids at the U-Haul if they were going to start up their auctions anytime soon. He said it's indefinitely nothing right now. They have no word on opening up any auctions or anything like that. He did say you could get them online, but they're not. It's not
no in-person stuff right now. So whenever they get open, he gonna pull our coattails. So we glad about that. But other than that, they ain't doing nothing like that around here. We were just wondering about if anybody hitting estate sales or garage sales that opened up since the weather didn't broke. Have anybody did any of that stuff right now? I know. Excuse me. I know it's a lot of people out there, still jumping on garage sales, estate sales and rocking with eBay. So we doing both, but we haven't hit no garage sales or estate sales.
They just opened them up. Very little.
So I'm waiting for this weekend. Hopefully them doors really open up and I can put my Steeler mask on and go through them. That's what I'm trying to do.
We've had a few yard sales here and that kind of stuff. I don't usually go to yard sales per se. I'm so busy, but I have seen people advertise them and that kind of stuff. I haven't seen all the estate sales I've seen have been online through like High Bid and Proxy Bid and that kind of stuff.
I got
nothing. Nothing in person yet as far as the state sales goes, which I think it'll be a while. Everybody's trying to figure out what we can and can't do right now in our state, and it's probably the same in your state. It's like, you want to be as safe as you can as a business owner and open up and do your thing, but at the same time, it's sort of, guesstimate what you're allowed to do, guesstimate what you're not, because there's no rules on it. Like for our sale, I want to be in phase 2 when we do a warehouse sale, and
gotcha.
And the reason I base that is based off what the president, or not the president, but the doctor said. Businesses should have. One of the doctors on there said one night, he said, every person in your building should have 100 square feet of space between them, and that's how many people you should allow in your place. So if that's the case, I take my big open where I usually have my sales 6,500 square foot area, and my back rooms are separate. So if that's the case, I can have 65 people in the warehouse at one given time. So I'm just taking my time a little bit, still playing it safe. But when I break out, man, I'm gonna break out. So it's just a matter of time.
Man, we try to step on your toes in a minute, man. We trying to be next to the whales, man. Just got to take a couple more steps, man, to get close to you, man. If things keep blessing us, we trying to snap at your heels a little bit. Come over there. Where you at again, Maryland? We're going to have to come up there and get some of them crab cakes and all that good stuff and come hang out and come on, take some of them truckloads back with us, man.
I definitely, when I get ready to make that leap, I'm definitely want to come to Maryland, Richard, and see your operations and kind of get a gist of basically, how you do your day-to-day so that, I can at least have a blueprint to work off of, because, that's like a next level thing. When you got a warehouse and you doing pallets and, you got all this space to basically, place your inventory, that's a game changer. And I definitely don't want to do anything before I feel comfortable, doing it. So I think that, definitely I want to reach out to you and if you're willing, I would like to come through and basically check out your operations. Here in Georgia, I mean, everything is open pretty much. state sales, they say, only a certain amount of people can go into the estate sale, this and that. But those people trying to make money, they really ain't monitoring how many people come into those places. They'll start off with, okay, let's have 10. And, before you know it, an hour later, you got 30 people in the house, And some people are wearing the mask, some people not. Yard sales are back on, garage sales. But, I mean, my thing is I want to get out and do the hustle, which I do. But at the same time, I mean, this stuff is not worth my health, man. I got to keep my space. If I see people, a whole group of people, no mask, I just go the other way. I just don't chance. It's just too much uncertainties out there to chance it, So, I mean, to each his own, but that's just what I do.
Man, everybody got their own little motion they got to roll through with this stuff, man.
Yeah.
You got to take your risk how you want to take your risk. I'm just saying to my little 2 cents, I'm not following nothing but what the numbers and the scientists say. I don't got nothing to do with nothing else. Long as them things and my doctors I talk to, my infectious disease doctor herself, and said things to us. And my primary doctor then said things to me. I'm following their guidelines, man. I'm not following nobody else's. I'm not that pressed over for $1 that I want to be sick because you can't spend it if you're gone.
You only got one health, man.
Yeah. You can't spend it if you're gone, man. So I'm not out like that. Willie Lump Lump went out like that. I ain't trying to be him. So if y'all know who Willie Lump Lump is, boy, just don't go out like him. I tell you that, because he didn't go out happy. But yeah, man, it was the topic of one other thing I wanted to ask. I'm glad I got you on here with us again tonight, Devil Dog. Thank you. And as always, Buffalo, Cajun Roots, I sent it back to your email, my brother. So if you go in your email, you get it. I sent it back to you. But I was curious, man. I keep hearing about people and wondering how people are moving. Are they spending their own money, or are a lot of people taking out loans for stuff? I was just on their business. I was just wondering, did you take out a loan, Devil Dog, for anything, or you just kept everything, keep it pushing?
No, I'm a firm believer. The way I run my business, if I can't pay for it outright, I mean, I'm the type of guy, and I'll give you an instance. The second truckload I bought was like $13,900 some dollars. I put it on a credit card, and then within 2 weeks later, I paid it off,
Right.
real fast. I don't want to get, especially now, you don't want to get yourself in a position where you're taking out loans if you don't know let's be honest. Nobody really knows what the future is going to hold, whether, you can have a sale and a lot of people's going to come in, or everything's going to push on. So it's still too uncertain to be taking chances, I say. But, I run a type of business where, everything I make, it goes back into business. I take care of my basic needs, the family basic needs, that kind of stuff. But I reinvest heavy back in my business. I mean, I don't have to drive the fancy stuff and that kind of stuff. Everything gets reinvested in business. So I'm the type of person that, if I can't buy it outright, I probably don't need it. And that's a safe way to be, because and I'll give you an example. The higher you are up that pedestal, the longer you're going to fall till you hit the ground. If I fall off, I'm falling off a 4-foot step ladder. I've seen some millionaires fall off out of an airplane and still ain't hit the ground. So, I mean, that's the way I look at it, but I don't like taking out no loans or nothing like that. I mean, now don't get me wrong. If the right deal comes up, I know I'm going to kill it on, and I need that, I will.
Right.
But an average deal or something I can get every day, I'm not gonna jeopardize what I have established so far. Just to, So that's how I feel. That's my opinion.
Well, I know you sound like Buffalo when he talking about, hey, man, I'm buying outright. I'm doing this like this, and I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? So that sounds like some sound advice that he always gave, too. You dig? If it ain't broke, why try to fix it? That's what you got to look at, too. But, some people, like I heard somebody.
I agree with them, too, if you can.
You can't
I
afford
must
it.
not need it if I can't pay cash for
Right,
it.
Right. And, and they got things coming around right now that, you could probably look into for small businesses, but your business is probably much upscaled than ours would be right now. So it would be like, I look at it like, should I take a risk, or should I just hold back and hold my guns, because I don't know how this pandemic stuff gonna go down. You know what I mean?
I'd say this right here, man. If you if you reinvesting in your business and you keeping everything else separate away from what you're doing with your business, if you are blessed to do that, then if you can get the PPP to get that, small interest loan to boost your business because you're doing what you're supposed to do to keep your business churning, then get that boost. Don't let that boost pass by because that boost may not come back for another 10, 15 years.
Right.
So, I mean, go out and get that if you can get it. I mean, because it's ideal for people that's running a business. This is not going to, the last time this came around was 2007. Here we are now in 2020. It may be another 20 or 15 years before this come back again. So that's just my 2 cents. I don't push nobody to do something that they don't want to do. But if the opportunity is there and you can take advantage of it, then you take it. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to do with your business, you're going to take that money. If you're going to take that money that they give you, you're going to reinvest it in your business, make the profit margins, take that bit that you're supposed to be paying back and pay it, then I don't see what the problem is. But now if you not that type of business person and you're going to mess up the money, then don't do it because it can kill your business.
Right.
Yeah, you've got to have discipline. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, if you got the discipline, because I know people that I know guys in the business on my side of the bridge that took loans out to buy merchandise and that kind of stuff, and then this hit, and they spent the money on, they got some new rims for the car, they got a four-wheeler, they got this. So, I mean, they're literally, the bulk of the loan that they get for their business is going into these, stuff that don't make money for the business. I mean, I'll give you an example of us right now. So we've spent, 25 grand with the load, 2 loads coming from California on a container last week. I had spent 15 grand a couple weeks before that, and I spent another 6 grand on another load. Anyway, so that's a lot of money within a short period of time. Even in my business, when you spend that kind of money, when we're not moving a lot of merchandise right now, other than online, which online sales have been phenomenal. I mean, we had our best month we've ever done last month. I mean, last month was insane. But at the same time, we bought a shed, a big Amish shed, pre-built shed for 6 or 7 grand, put outside the warehouse so I can get the dumb stuff that we use every couple months for our sales outside to expand the eBay rooms because they're overflowing, stuff hanging out the door, stuff everywhere. But now we need a forklift too. So I'm looking at a forklift and I'm like, man, I can buy one, but the problem is, then I'm just tapping back into the cash flow. I'm just making it smaller. I like to have a big stack there in case something comes up. But if you're disciplined and you're disciplined for what you do, then loans aren't a bad thing. You just have to, it comes down to the word discipline. If you're disciplined in what you do, then you'll be fine and you'll expand your business. That's how you expand your business. You have to take loans sometimes. You have to take chances to make it bigger. But at the same time, if you're that guy that needs that new TV that comes out every month, or you need that new electronic that comes out every month, that can get you in trouble taking a business loan out or any kind of loan for the business purpose. And then, you look back and you're like, well, man, I got this new Ferrari, but I ain't got no money for the business. So
the guy, the guy that's supposed to be on the show, he said, let me highlight it. Okay, did I do that right?
Yeah.
Y'all check what he said. So everything you said out your mouth, you and him, you and Buffalo, he said he done. You know what I mean? So me personally, I'm looking at it like this. Everything that I'm trying to get into my business, I'm trying to flip it and flip it and flip it. I don't want nothing new. I got new stuff. I got stuff in the closet that got tags on it. I don't want nothing new. I don't need it. We driving a big red truck outside. We got another car. We don't need nothing new. Only thing we need to do is keep this business flowing and growing like it is. And I know it's going to take care of itself.
Yeah. See, make no mistake about it. I'm a firm believer of you keeping the money churning. You take that snowball and turn it into a boulder. That you keep reinvesting that money, keep flipping that money into the business. I'm a big proponent of that. But at the same time, if the government is going to offer me a boost because I am a small business person, then and it's low interest on the money, I'm going to take that boost. I mean, because the thing about it is I got enough ceiling that I'm churning over here that I can take this boost, and I can be in a position where I don't even have to take that boost right now and put it into the business. I can have that boost sitting over there in reserve to say that, okay, a year from now or 2 years from now, I want to leap my business. Well, now I don't have to go to the bank to try to request that money because the money is already sitting there in reserve for me. 2 years, it may be a problem for me to go to the bank and say, hey, do you still have the PPP that the government offered 2 years ago so I can apply for it? And they come back and say, no, but we got a loan that you can get for 10% interest. I'm not gonna pass on that. I mean, now if I get rejected, that's one thing, but I'm at least gonna apply. I'm at least gonna put my name in the pot, and let that money sit there. But yeah, I mean, I'm a proponent of taking your money, flipping it, keep it rolling, and try to let your money that you put in the business sustain your business.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, I am I ain't gonna say I'm the smartest person in the room, but I mean, I gotta know that if I got a boost over here that can help me, take my business to the next level on a small interest loan, I'm gonna get that because it may not be there in another year or two.
Well,
the big thing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like all the lending places have pretty much shut down. So unless you're applying for a government loan, you're not getting loans. So everything I've read and guys I've talked to, like, PayPal Working Capital, Cabbage, BHAF, all these small business funding things, they've all shut down their regular loan, applications, processes, that kind of stuff. And the only thing anybody's accepting is these government small business loans right now. That's the only type of loan you can get. So even if you had, so I'll give you an example. So we have a line of credit that we never use hardly. A few times we have, but that when all this whole thing hit, they shut that line of credit off until they get on the other side of this whole, pandemic we're on. So I went from having this big line of credit that I could use at my disposal whenever I want to having no line of credit with that line now until this whole thing. Now I'm sure once this whole thing gets over, it'll be back to normal or whatever that is. That line of credit will be good again. But
these companies ain't no different from us, man. They want some guarantee, and like for me with Navy Federal, I mean, if you're a new person coming into Navy Federal and you want to account with them, you are not going to be able to open up a business account unless you apply for the PPP. So they pretty much streamlining that across the board. Whether you military or associated with military or not, they don't care. If you come in there want to open up a business account, they're gonna ask you, are you applying for the PPP? If you say no, then they're gonna tell you gotta wait.
Yeah, and Navy Federal's a good bank. I mean, I've had Navy Federal for a long time, and dude, I mean, I'm telling you, I could call them any day of the week and apply for any kind of loan whatsoever. Navy Fed would have it like that. I mean, Navy Fed's a great bank. But all the banks are pretty much following, if it's not a government loan, we're shutting our lines down other than government loans because they're backed by the government.
Right.
So
that's what I say, man. You gotta get it while you can get it. You know your limitations. I got limitations. I don't know your limitations, and I'm talking to the audience. You got to know your limitations. If you know you taking care of your business, you flipping that money, that. You know the difference between what you pay and what's your return on investment, then if the bank say, okay, such and such, you qualify for 15,000, we can give you 15,000. Okay. And that, okay, 15,000, I can handle that. If I pay this small amount back every month, that's the perfect loan that you want. Because the thing is that if you ain't got to pay but $150 a month and you already taking that 15,000 and flipping it, I mean that's a no-brainer to me.
Hey, but it all comes down to that discipline, though. I mean, you got to have that discipline because if you might get that loan for the first time, and that might be more money you've ever had in your business, at purchasing power, and you take a bigger risk on something that just because you got the money, you're like, oh man, I can get $15,000 worth. So that boils down to that discipline, and you have to have confidence in your ability. I mean, so I agree with Buffalo Pigger saying, but at the same time, just because that money's there, don't roll the dice just because you got that money there. Make sure you thought it through and you're prepared and you've done your research. So that's important too. Discipline. I
mean, it definitely comes with some disclaimers now.
Well, it's about the
person. And discipline is one of the disclaimers. If you don't have no discipline, you leave that money where it is. But if you have discipline and you know that you have taken this money and you're going to make the best decisions for the benefit of your business,
right?
Not for your pleasures, for your business,
correct?
Then because who you rather gamble on, somebody else or yourself.
You gotta gamble.
That's where I see it. But hey, nobody in this audience go and take out that loan and say, "Oh, Buffalo told me I could do it, and I failed, so it's Buffalo's fault." Nah, I'm not taking that responsibility.
All right. Hey, we want to give a little shout out to the people that are in the audience here looking at us and listening to us. Larry, Cajun, I don't know what the hell happened there, buddy. We'll get you next time.
Callie, what's up?
Callie, Nikki
T,
Danny May. Who else here? Landshark, Jennifer. We'll get you next time. West Side, Gary. Who else are we here? Robert. Danny May, I got you. Sweet Texas Pines.
All the above. We appreciate y'all.
Seriously, we really do appreciate
Thank y'all
you guys
for coming hang out with us on this Tuesday. We know the nurse Flipper is about jumping on her show about 8 o'clock. You dig? So she doing her thing.
Buying space.
Go ahead, man.
Buying space. I was just
buying space.
I'm scrolling through and
buying space. What's going on? Thank you for hanging out with us. We just
buying space was the first.
Yeah, he was the first one. We appreciate you.
But it's going to be short and sweet tonight. But we just want to make sure and
everybody got their
let everyone know we appreciate them coming out.
Got their love because we appreciate the love, man. I just like I said, Buffalo. We talk all the time, and we just said some things this week about how to take different things that we didn't learn in this situation that we didn't been under, and applying them more per se to your business in the future. So when I brought that question up about the loans, I was bringing the question up about the loans for the audience to chime in if they had anything they wanted to, put their 2 cents in, because I already know where we both stand on that situation. But like Devil Dog said, if you don't have the discipline for that loan, don't touch that money, man, because you're going down under. You're gonna mess that money up, and you're gonna be looking funny. Don't touch that money. Like you said, don't say I told y'all to go get that loan, because I did not. But I just wanted some people to chime in, but then nobody had, but a couple people had a few things to say, And if anybody got anything for Devil Dog, Buffalo, holler at us now. Forever hold your peace, because you got some brothers with a whole lot of knowledge on here. You know what I mean? You can ask me any kind of question. I'll defer to them.
Hey, Buffalo, I got a question for you, and you're probably gonna tell me no, and I don't care. But can you leave me some stuff from Walmart for the liquidation side of the house? Can you stop making videos going in there and buying 180,000 shopping carts? Because you're killing it.
I'll tell you, I'm trying to get it, man, because I don't have the 100,000 square foot warehouse.
I don't have that either. I wish I did.
I got to compensate for whatever I can get, man. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, man. But
it's nice.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it, man. I'm trying to get to the next level.
Yeah, you remind me of me with the
fans leg for real.
Yeah, you remind me of me that video you did. I don't know if it was the last video or the video before, when you went to Walmart that weekend and filled up your whole truck and couldn't see out the back. That's like me with liquidation loads right now. I've got liquidation pretty heavy the last month. And my wife's like, man, you got 2 trucks waiting to come in and you're trying to order trucks today. And she's hollering at me from another room. She's like, man, when's enough? I said, enough's enough when I run out of money.
Exactly.
I got enough inventory.
Yep.
But I tell you what, there's some great deals in liquidation right now. I mean, if you can handle the volume and stuff, I mean, there's some, and the loads are going fast. I mean, the problem, if we have a few minutes talk about liquidation for a little bit on the liquidation side. On the liquidation side, I mean, there's numerous different forms of liquidation. There's returns, there's salvage, there's overstock, there's marked out of stock, there's grade A's, grade B's, whatever. But what I'm seeing in the liquidation side is these loads are going fast. A lot of these loads, like the Amazon loads that are popping up, I get probably 5 or 6 different loads at least a day sent to me, offered to me, and usually it's 17% to 22% of retail. The retail with Amazon loads is usually on point. So when I copy it in, put that item in Amazon, it's the exact same number. They're true. Walmart is usually 5 to 8% higher. The retail number on the manifest is usually 5 to 8% higher than what their actual retail is in store.
Right.
Target's pretty much on point within 5%. But the loads right now are flying off the shelf. And I'll say this: if anybody, you can buy any condition you want. I mean, you can buy. So our first load we got was a mix of shelf pulls and returns. I got that load. The price was okay. We're gonna make money when we can sell off have our sale. We'll make money off that load, no problems, no questions. I think I'm within a couple $1,000 of making money, but I probably got $4,000 or $5,000 easy for my sale. The second load, case packed goods, all brand new. I mean, I had about 160 video games that's been selling like wildfire. Nintendo Switch video games, 3 different ones. I've undercut everybody else, and I mean, I'm just every day makeup, that kind of stuff. That was a new load. The load coming in is new and overstock. It's basically 2 loads. It's a mix of Target and Amazon. So the conditions are there. The big thing in liquidation is, and for the people that are interested in or that kind of stuff, is you're going to have to spend a lot of time researching to find the right sources to buy from. Because there's a lot of people that'll tell you what you want to hear to take your money and don't care if you come back. They'll sell you a truckload of junk. I'll say this: stay away from businesses that have surplus store and sell truckloads and pallets, because believe this to the T, they're going to take the best looking pallets and put in their surplus store, or their eBay store, or that kind of stuff. Unless it's a direct load. Now, if it's a direct load from the manufacturer, then that's a little bit less of a risk. We're fortunate. I've done a lot of research. There's a great Facebook page, and if you don't mind, I'll throw it out here to everybody. They can look at it. I don't care. Product Sourcing 101 is a Facebook page. They also have a website. It's run by a lot of sponsors. I have learned so much information on there in the last 3 months talking to people than I ever knew on the liquidation side. I mean,
that's good.
I figured out real quick with just a few questions to certain brokers and that kind of stuff who I didn't want to deal with and who I did want to deal with. That's a great Product Sourcing 101 is a great Facebook page. They have a website. They have a membership, and I'm not getting sponsored for saying anything, but
let me ask you something.
Hey, Chris, I think we already got the information. We just hadn't used it.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you. So you tell me this then. So you said they just coming with all number big truckloads, right?
Well, they sell. So there's a lot of people that sell, smaller, like a pallet, where they might sell 100 of this product or 100 of that product. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's all different levels of people that'll sell you stuff on there. Of course, your best money maker is going to be your bigger volumes. That's what anything. I mean, buying a truckload, so I'll give you an example. So the truckload of Target we're getting, I think it runs on average $450 a pallet by the truckload. But if I was to buy it individually pallet, I would be paying $650 a pallet plus shipping.
Oh, okay.
So there's a big difference between buying bulk and I'll tell you, another thing, maybe you can't handle a truckload, but maybe there's 7 or 8 of you that can handle a truckload if you team up with somebody and you work out. And I'll tell you,
right.
We had a truckload come in, and a buddy of mine said, "Man, I'm interested in trying some of this." I said, "I tell you what, we'll split the truckload if you want." He needed inventory too. And I said, "All right, when it comes in, this is the percentage we paid. We'll do a baseball draft. I'll pick a pallet based off the manifest of that pallet, the same price. You pick a pallet, I pick a pallet, and that's how we did the whole truck. And it worked out fine."
But it consists of like 26 pallets, or
that one was 26.
Okay.
The one I got coming in this week, they actually double stacked it. So they took Amazon RP. It's called RPI program. It's pretty much like 90% new, 10% shelf pulls returns. They're 4-foot boxes by 4 foot by 3 foot tall, and every box is manifested. So that load is usually a 50 box load. But I got another load of Target general merchandise, which is like almost all new, and it's everything from Instapots to video games to whatever you don't know, but it's all new. So the dealer I dealt with out in Cali said, "Hey man, I can double stack this load. I can't guarantee you I can get a full 50 boxes of this RPI on, because I wanted to target more than I wanted the RPI.
Right.
If I'm paying shipping from California, I'm trying to get as much stuff in that container as I can if I'm paying that shipping charge from Cali." So he said, all right. So he's like, I'll tell you what, I'll put the Target load in, I'll restack it, I'll make it up taller. And he sent me pictures. And this is how you know you got a good broker. When he's sending you pictures of what it looks like before it's loaded, hey, it's looking good. Here's some pictures. Here's this. And he's keeping you informed all along the way. That's how you know somebody's probably interested in retaining your business. You know, he's not like, oh, I can promise you roses, but he sends you smashed pumpkins. So he took man, this is a clean looking, it's clean. And he called me today because I saw on the shipping label, it said, I think the load it's going to be 28 pallets, 32,000 pounds. And the description he had closed. So when I saw that by the shipper, I called him up and I said, man, I left him a message. I said, man, you ain't sending me 28 pallets of clothes. He goes, no, that's the standard thing we put on all these containers, because if we put anything else, then it holds up the shipment, because they want to know how much general merchandise you have, how much clothes you have. So he said, when I work with these shippers, we put clothes on everything. So that's just a shipping thing. But the cost really for 2 truckloads, it really is not that. It was $3,800 a ship from Cali to me by rail. Now, if I went truck, it'd be $2,000 more. But when you're talking paying 17% on new merchandise, with shipping, it's hard not to make a profit. I mean, if you can sell,
All the way across the country, that wasn't bad at all.
If you're paying 17%, I'm not sure what the retail is. I'll have to add up the RPI manifest when I get here, but I'd venture to say it's probably going to be around $170,000, $180,000 in retail coming in.
So when it come in through the rail, how you pick it up? Do you have to go to the station, or how that goes?
No, that shipping charge is directly to you. So it goes from the liquidator to the rail. They put it by crane on top of the train.
Right.
There's a seal on it, and he sent me pictures of the seal when it left California. When he said, when it shows up, if that seal's not there, call them. Do not accept that shipment. That way, nobody's tampering with it.
When the container get to Maryland, right? Do you so nothing can happen to that container until you see it, right?
Correct. So what'll happen is, so this rail will go from California to Pennsylvania, and at Pennsylvania, the trucking company that's handling this, the rail company, whatever, they'll have a crane, they'll pick it up, they'll put it on the back of a trailer, a flatbed trailer, strap it down. Right. Call me up, say, hey, we got your delivery set up for tomorrow. We'll be here in this time frame. Because I told him that. I said, look, I'm only taking shipments between Monday and Friday, and it's got to be between this time and this time. So, and I gave him an 8-hour window every day.
Right.
So it'll pull up to me. And it'll have a seal on the back. And I don't know if I've got a picture of it on my phone if you want me to show you what the seals look like and stuff.
Sure.
If you want to pull it up, I'll show you. Let me see here. All right. So
hit that wide button, man.
Oh, hold on. Don't move.
You hit the wrong button.
I hit the wrong one.
Hit Devil Dod. Hit Devil Dod, baby. Hit the picture. There you go.
Did I get it?
So
I got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what the seal looks like on the lock. And when it comes, that seal sheet, hold on, give me a sec. That seal will still be on that door. So the container, there's the container. There's the 53-foot container.
Oh, okay.
The seal will come. The seal will be there. There'll be paperwork. There'll be a piece of paper. It's a ship bill of lading paper. But I'll give you an example. So this was, I don't know if you can see this or not. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn my phone. So that's what a couple of the pallets look like when it comes to me.
Okay.
He just took there's just a random picture right there. There's 3 pallets right there. If you can see, they're skinny boxes.
At least the boxes don't look
beat up or nothing. Nope.
Yeah, well, it's mostly new merchandise. So the bottom boxes, you see the pallets. There's actually 2 pallets. There's one on the bottom, and then you got a skinny box in between them. a skinny box in between them. That skinny box is the Amazon stuff, and they double stack them so they take the full space of that container.
Okay.
So there's 35 mini boxes coming in, and then there is going to be like 26 pallets combined, and then there'll be 2 pallets with the odd skinny boxes to it. But that's what it looks like. So here, let me show you some more. Give me a second. So there's some pictures of, you know, some of the, I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
So that's what it looks like. I mean, that's what, you know.
So this
not,
was a auction win, or you just straight up bought it?
No, it was through a broker.
Okay, so he looked.
It was through a broker. I did a lot of research. I've done 3 loads through 3 different brokers, and I'll tell you, B Stock is where I bought my first load. That's an auction platform. I probably will never buy there again. Not that B Stock's bad by any means, but they're getting the leftover stuff.
Right.
They're getting the distribution centers that are left over that none of the brokers want. So B Stock serves a purpose for that. I'm not saying the merchandise is bad, but if you can cut out all the middleman and find the people that have the direct contacts. So like the second load, I'll share the information with everybody. I got it from Inmar. Inmar owns Quick Lots and all these other brokerage companies. Great load, nothing wrong with that. But I cut out Inmar and found a supplier that actually has first contacts, and there's only a few of them that have first right of refusals for loads. So I'll give you an example. The broker I'm dealing with is selling 60 to 100 truckloads a week. Inmar's not selling nowhere near that. So your
broker, what's your broker fee?
Well, I don't know what he charges on top of the load. So I'll give you an example. I paid for the Target load, I paid $10,500. That's no shipping, just straight for the load. The RPIs, it's a $13,500 load for 50 boxes, but he only fit 35. So my charge was the truckload price per box, which was $270 a box. So it's 17%. I'm paying 17% on Amazon merchandise. You know, mostly all new Amazon merchandise, 17%. Right. Then you got to add the shipping charge in, you know, $3,800, and you can add it however you want. But it's basically a full container consolidated into one. So do your percentages. Maybe I spent 19% across the board on everything. And the second truckload to come in, I'll give you an example. We were at like the deal was 15.45%. With shipping charges, it brought me up to about 17.5, 17.2, somewhere in there. So a Shark vacuum, we got 62 Shark vacuums in. I think they're V2950s. I got 62 of them, brand spanking new. I think my cost was like $13.92 a piece. I sold every single one of them at $60 locally, and that's probably less than what I could have got for them. I probably could have asked $70 for them if I want to sell them, or 75, because Walmart retails them for $84.99. Toilet paper, I paid 17% for Charmin toilet paper. I mean, you can't even find toilet paper. Dial hand pump soap, which is nowhere to be existent in our area. Right. 1,000 bottles of that, and I paid 17 cents a piece, 17.5 cents a piece. And that's truckload pricing. So pallet pricing is going to be a little bit higher, you know, a little bit more, you know, expensive than a truckload price. But yeah, if you got the opportunity, if you got questions, just hey, check me out on Facebook. You know, send me a question. I'll be happy to answer it. I can save you a lot of legwork. Because
we definitely gonna talk, man. That's just the conversation I was having with one of the people that own one of those warehouses, where he was telling me the prices that he paid for the pallet is like pennies on what he sell it for, you know. And I'm like, okay, so that's the game, is to get the truckloads, you know, because if you go and buy the pallet, you're talking about anywhere between $500 to $1,000, depending on what's on that pallet, compared to like you buying the whole truck.
Man,
yeah, they're the people that are selling the pallets they're trying to make 15 to 25% on top of what they paid for it. I mean, they are, and I mean, it is what it is.
It's more than that.
But like I said, I'd be
especially at the place where you be, because if people drive the price up.
Yeah, I'd be wary of who you deal with.
Yeah.
Do research. Reach out to people that'll actually tell you the truth, because, man, I've heard there's people that I almost bought a truckload from, and then after asking one or two questions, I'm like, oh man, I can't do it, man. It just don't seem right. I mean, the guy in California, and believe me, it's a scary feeling when you bank wire somebody 25 grand that you've never seen in person and you've only known for a couple of days talking to on the phone or by email, believe me. But the review, look at reviews and that kind of stuff. And this guy right here, I tell you what got me about the guy in California and everything about him. You know, if I'm wrong, I'll come on here next week after this load comes in and I'll be like, you know what? He took my butt. You know, if I'm wrong, but I don't feel that about this guy. I mean, after looking this guy up, and when you hear nobody talking about somebody, and he's been in business longer than 99.9%. I mean, they've been in business 55 years doing this, his father and him. And when no one's talking, there's a reason no one's talking, because nobody wants you to know about that guy. Because that guy's your honey. You know, it's like if you had a honey hole, you ain't telling your friends, hey man, go down to the
we're gonna have to phase you out.
We're gonna clip
your phase you out, Devil Dog.
Your wings. We're gonna talk. We appreciate all the love you showed our audience. I know our audience tuned in. I told y'all to stay around. We got
everybody in the audience, if you hear Devil Dod Treasure Hunter talking, this guy is strictly transparent about the information that he has to provide.
For sure.
What I'm looking at is basically, hopefully, if he got time, I want to continue this conversation on my Friday night show because this guy's the truth. I mean, he's not just talking game; he's actually living it.
Yeah.
If you are not subscribed to his channel, go subscribe to his channel. I think right now he's been too busy up with his actual business as far as having time to upload content, but it's coming. So make sure you go out and watch the videos that he do have on his channel. Like and subscribe. And I'm telling you, you need to follow this guy because he is the truth when it comes to liquidations in the next level as a reseller.
Somebody just made some money.
Well, I can tell you, he ain't faking it to make it. That's for sure.
Man, my thing is that me.
Hey, I like to salute. I like to salute all you servicemen. We appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. We thank for everything y'all done.
I'm not too.
You broke up.
You broke up, Devil D. Where you go?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not too busy to put videos out. Hayden ain't been allowed out of the house, so he's supposed to be back here Thursday. When he gets back, the videos are gonna resume.
Okay, we're the editing man, the cameraman, and the do it all man. We'll be back. Hayden,
blow me up right quick.
What's up, Hayden? Blow you up?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Blow him up, baby. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I talked about this on a couple of my videos. Anything WWE, buy it. Do not sleep on it. This stuff sells. I just had a sale with WWE.
Nice. What, that's nice right there. Good hustle, man. How much you pay for it?
Like $2.
Okay, then.
Like $2.
And like this little two. Hey, I want to show y'all some things that we did sell today, but we packaged it all up and the postman and came and got it. I was going to take some pictures. We had, go ahead, blow you up one more time.
No. I'm getting ready to leave, man. I got
this show to the end, Buffalo. We ain't even doing a show and tell tonight. This show for the right now. So, like I said, I want to thank all y'all for coming out and hang out with the Glass City Pickers, Buffalo Picker, Devil Dod Treasure Hunter,
Cajun Roots. We'll try.
Cajun Roots. We'll get back at you. I promise you. It must have been my fault, but I'll do that sometimes. So I don't mean no harm. So we'd like to say thank y'all again for hanging out with us. Y'all have a blessed and great night. Peace.